This is Gary Stocker with College Viability. Let's go beyond the college brochure. Take two. If you were to walk through the gate of an historic New England college this morning, you'd see exactly what the brochure promised. The red brick, the ancient elm trees, and the quiet dignity of an institution that has stood for maybe 200 years. We look at those walls and we see forever. We assume that because a school survived the Civil War and the Great Depression, it is as solid as the granite it's built upon. But lately, behind those ivy-covered walls, the air has grown a bit chilly. And it isn't just the winter wind blowing off the Charles River. For years, the private colleges of Massachusetts appear to have lived by a code of silence. If the enrollment dipped, or the endowment started to shrink, or expenses got out of hand, the trustees kept it in the family. They'd move some numbers, pray for a miracle donor, and keep the smiles bright for the incoming freshmen. They called it protecting the brand. But the State House in Boston has been watching. They've seen the quiet deaths of private colleges in Massachusetts like Mount Ida and Wheelock. They've seen the short notice closures from schools that everyone thought were untouchable. And they've decided that the time for secrets, the time for opaque finances is over. There's a new rule in town. It's actually a new law. They call it financial accountability and reporting. And it was supposed to turn the college boardroom into a glass house with the appropriate transparency. Under this new legal mandate, colleges are being and have been urged, a polite word for ordered, to come clean. They've been asked to report the risks they used to hide in the footnotes. If they're betting the college on a high-interest loan, they have to say so. If their tuition discounting is actually a slow-motion bankruptcy, the state wants to see the ledger. The colleges are calling it overreach. They say it's an unnecessary burden that will only create panic. They argue that a caution label on a college brochure will be the very thing that sinks the academic ship. We call it transparency. We call it consumer protection. We assume that the truth will set us free. But for many of these small, storied campuses, the truth is a terminal diagnosis. They aren't ready to share. In spite of the new law, they continue to keep the business of the college behind the curtain. The trustees are finding out that their fiduciary duty isn't just about the next building project. It's about the uncomfortable honesty of the balance sheet. They wanted to maintain a mirage on the hill, but the new Massachusetts law says the students deserve to know if the hill is made of sand. The brochure says legacy. The law says financial transparency. And now you know what goes on beyond the college brochure. I'm Gary Stocker with College Viability.